Guardians, Bungie dropped an article going over the Season 22 artifact perks and what we're going to be getting. I'm going to cover this fairly quickly and just give the cliff notes and a couple of my thoughts at the end of what I think is going to be good. And I'm excited to make more builds for you guys with all the new stuff that's going to be coming. So let's just dive right into it. In the first column is typically the weapons we're going to be getting to deal with champions. So first up, we have anti-barrier auto rifle again. We also have anti-barrier bow. So that's going to be coming back. We also have Unstoppable Scout Rifle, Overload Hand Cannon, and Unstoppable Fusion. I'm glad we have a Fusion mod back. Honestly, I think that's going to be very good in general. In column number 2, we typically have the discounted mod artifact perks and also the combination mods. So first up, we have Arc Strand, Solar Strand, and Void Strand Siphon combo mods. So pretty much, if you are rocking, for example, a Void weapon and Strand weapons, those can both create Orbs of Power with just one mod, and again, similarly with the other light subclasses. Next up, we have the Origin perk Specialization 1. It greatly improves the benefits provided by Head Rush, Nano Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and a Redacted perk, which I assume is going to be the new Origin trait for some of the new weapons. And then lastly, we have Diviner's Discount. All Scavenger mods are now discounted, so that's going to be the main discount mod this time around. Now, after reading the second column, we can infer that the rest of the mods are going to be focused on all the light subclasses and Strand. Again, Strand's the recent subclass, which again, Bungie does want to show off. I'm kind of upset there isn't Stasis. Stasis really hasn't been focused on in a long time, especially in regards to artifact perks. But let's go over the third column, which gets a little more specific. So first up, we have Thanatotic Tangles. Strand Weapon Final Blows have a chance to generate a Tangle. Again, kind of neat, kind of not neat. I don't know how I feel about it. It just depends on the rest of the artifact perks. Again, Origin perk Specialization 2, that's the next one. So kind of similar to the first one, but weapons with the Origin perks, Head Rush, Nanotech, Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and the new Redacted one are always overcharged when that modifier is active. Again, just like how we have subclass overcharges, we have weapon overcharges. Again, with the weapons with these Origin traits, those will have that overcharge when the modifier is active. So that's going to be cool. And the rest of them, it's kind of neat for these last three. We have Elemental Orbs, Void, Arc, and Solar. I'm just going to read the Void one as an example. So, while you use a Void subclass, Void Weapon Final Blows have a chance to spawn a Void Elemental Orb. Void Orbs can be thrown to create a Void Explosion that makes enemies it damages volatile. Similarly, with Arc, again, it's going to deal Jolt damage, and similarly with Solar, it's going to deal Scorch damage. So, pretty much, we have Elemental Tangles for each of the light subclasses now. For the fourth column, first up we have Overload Machine Gun, so now our machine guns will have the Overload mod on. That's going to be kind of neat. Next up is Elemental Fury. While stunned, champions take bonus damage from your abilities and Elemental Orbs. Kind of neat. We'll have to see how good it is when the season comes out. Communal pickups. When an ally destroys or picks up your Tangle or Elemental Orb, the Tangle cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds, and you gain bonus damage with weapons matching your subclass for 10 seconds. So again, this relies on your ally to destroy or pick it up to throw it for you to get this bonus damage. So again, it's going to be more of a team-based perk. Next up, Refreshing Pickups. Picking up a Tangle or Elemental Orb grants energy to your least powered ability. Again, might be good for ability regeneration, just depends on how much it gives back. And then lastly, in the fourth column, Semi-Auto Striker. If you have fewer than 2 stacks of armor charge, rapid precision shots with bows, snipers, and scout rifles generate an armor charge. And note, we do have Unstoppable Scout and Anti-Barrier Bow this time around. So depending on what activity you're doing, if there are those type of champions, this could come in handy, especially if you need to stay at a distance in GMs, like tougher activities like that. And after reading that, a lot of what the perks are focused around is going to be these Elemental Orbs and Tangles. That's what a lot of the builds are going to be around. So I'm definitely going to have to do a lot of testing because we do have every single light subclass this time around with the Strand combo as well. So there's going to be some interesting stuff. Let's read the final column. Monochromatic Maestro. This one is back. This is a very good one. I'd recommend. It's very good for a passive style build. So dealing elemental ability damage increases matching weapon damage, and elemental weapon damage increases matching ability damage. Bonus granted is 10% for 5 seconds. So if I'm on the Void subclass and I'm using Void weapons, as long as I'm doing damage with either one, I'm getting the trade-off of damage for both. So that is always a good thing. Next up, Rapid Fire Ranger. Rapid precision hits made from long range weaken the target. And again, like I mentioned, we also have in the fourth column, Semi-Auto Striker for long range weapons. We also have Unstoppable Scout, Anti-Barrier Bow. This could be pretty good depending on the activity, and I'm interested to see how crazy it will be in something like PvP, because if I shoot the target with a pulse rifle and 3 headshots and that weakens that target, that is going to be kind of wild. Next up, we have Elemental Embrace. Subclass elemental buffs grant you bonus recovery and damage resistance against combatants of the matching elemental type. So as long as you have one of the elemental buffs, you do get bonus damage resistance and recovery. Seems pretty simple, but could be kind of good depending on the activity, again, and the build as well. Like if you're going to be taking advantage of fire sprites, void breaches, ionic traces, stuff like that. Next up, elemental munitions. Combatant final blows with Tangles or Elemental Orbs have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo. Again, this is just a chance. It could be kind of good. I don't see this being good for endgame, especially GMs, but like maybe in like raids and dungeons and stuff like that, being able to have the extra ammo could be pretty useful. And lastly, we have Frenzied Stacks. Your armor charges grant bonus damage to your thrown Tangles or Elemental Orbs. Your armor charge now decays over time. So this one is basically a weapon surge mod, but specifically for the Tangles and these new Elemental Orbs that we're going to be getting. Like I said, a lot of what the artifact has shown us is that it's going to be focused around Tangles and these Elemental Orbs. I hope these are actually very strong and very useful, because if they're not, it's going to really hurt the season, especially compared to like this past season. Again, the Arc subclass has reigned king in Season of the Deep. We get so many bonuses from the artifact in particular. So having this focus on all 3 light subclasses and Strand, and focusing specifically on orbs versus like, getting a grenade back faster, applying jolt on an arc damage, whether it's your ability or your weapon. Again, it's going to be a little different. I'm excited to see what it is. And like I said, the other thing too, especially with the Rapid Fire Ranger, rapid precision hits made from long range weaken the target. I think this could potentially be good in, GMs, especially for longer range weapons. I mean, Unstoppable Scout, Anti-Barrier Bow, even something like Overload Machine Gun as well, depending on what you're using. But what are your thoughts on the artifact perks that are going to be coming? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you excited to test out these new elemental Tangles? I gotta see what's up with it. So we definitely got some builds in the works. In any event, if you like what you saw, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then turn the bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any other important Destiny 2 news and builds. If you don't know, we do stream live on YouTube and Kick. I normally stream in the afternoons. I'm trying to get my stream schedule back to the afternoons instead of the late evenings, but if you do want to tune in, those links will be in the description as well. And if you want to join my Discord, again, that's where we are going to be chatting about Destiny 2, running activities together, raids, dungeon carries, all that stuff. Again, that link will also be in the description. We're also talking about other games, PC tech, anime, and more. Lastly, if you want to support the channel so I can continue making this content for you guys, you can always look into becoming a member. If you don't know what a membership is essentially like a Twitch subscription. Again, it's going to give you access to the exclusive emotes for the channel, the monthly badges, and other exclusive stuff. So if you want to check that out, all you have to do is press the join button, next subscribe, and that will give you a rundown with all the details you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.